Bookmore, welcome back to Bookmore Chronicles. Today I am bringing you my November wrap up. This is going to be super short and sweet because I only managed to read 3 books this month. Aside from reading, I've been working on my final projects for grad school. 2 of them are finally done, but I do still have one that I'm working on. So again, I just really didn't feel pressed to keep trying to read because grades are important, right? So I know that a ton of you are super interested in how my month of reading romance novels went, and I have to admit that none of the books that I've read so far are stellar. None of them are 5-star reads. Actually, I don't even think I rated anything 4 stars this month. So I wouldn't necessarily say that it was unsuccessful, but I definitely still have some digging to do when it comes to romance, at least, because the books that I read this month just were not it, even though I thought the plots were really interesting. So the first book that I read this month was The Bromance Book Club by Alyssa K. Adams. I do have a full review of this, so I will make sure I link it in the cards and in the description below. I gave this 3 stars. It was pretty average for me. I was expecting more, to be honest. So if you're not familiar, in this we follow a baseball player named Gavin Scott, I think his name is, and he finds out that for the past 3 years his wife has been faking orgasms. Obviously he doesn't handle that news very well. Basically he throws a fucking hissy fit, and he could have just handled the whole situation better. And while I did enjoy that there's a recurring theme of accountability for both of the characters, and it talks about how important communication is and things like that, grown adults doing dumb shit that they know is detrimental to their relationship, it's not my jam. So clearly that did not work out for me. However, I am interested in continuing the series and reading the companion novels, so hopefully I will get to the next book, which I think is called Undercover Bromance, sometime in early 2021. The second book that I read this month was Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Young. I did not expect to get to this, but my hold on Libby for the audiobook ended up being available early, so I put down another book to pick this one up. I do also have a full review of this, and I will be sure to link that in the cards and the description below as well. If you're not familiar with this book, we are following a girl named Lei who becomes a paper girl, which means she is one of the 8 concubines that the Demon King takes for a year. I really wanted to like this book. I thought it was going to be so much better than it was, and I was ready to give it 4 stars. However, the epilogue, literally the very last page, ruined it, and I ended up giving it 3 stars because the ending just, the way that you thought it was going to end, if it had ended that way, I would have definitely given it a higher rating, but that ending just really ruined it for me. In this book, there is a found family, there's rebellion, and I feel like there's something about our main character that we just don't know yet. So I do have the second book. I do want to read it sometime in early 2021, but the third book doesn't come out until like November of next year, so I'm gonna try to hold off on that a little bit longer. The last book that I read in November was You Were There Too by Colleen Oakley. I thought this one was going to be really good because in this, our main character has these recurring dreams about this man. She's been having these dreams for years, and finally she comes face to face with this person who has been in her dreams since she was a teenager. She has to figure out what she wants to do about it, try to figure out what it means, what's their connection, because she's married. So she's like, well, then we definitely can't be together because I'm already with someone. So what is this? And that plot was just so intriguing to me, and the execution, like, there was so much potential in this book, and the author just didn't take it there. One of the things that I struggled with the most is that the main character is really fucking annoying, and she's one of those women who will talk shit about other women for no reason. And I mean, in her mind she has a reason, but like in actuality you're just taking your anger out on people who have nothing to do with the situation. You already know that I hate girl hate in YA novels, so to see that with a grown-ass woman, I can't get behind that. On top of that, the author tried way too hard to seem relatable. Way too many pop culture references, and this is supposed to take place outside of Philly, so she like keeps inserting like certain landmarks and stuff, and it's like, okay, like we get it, you've been to Philly, like cool, not impressed, I live here, so like chill out with that. It just didn't go the way that I was expecting it to. There was a sort of plot twist, but it was also predictable, so I gave this 2 stars. So as you can see, I did not have a great reading month. It was pretty average. One of the books that I mentioned in my November TBR that I didn't get to was In 5 Years by Rebecca Surley. Is that her name? I think that's her name. I did start that. I have started reading it, and so far it's okay. No complaints, but I'm only about 50 pages in. I also started reading a book that I mentioned in my December TBR, which was The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo. I'm listening to that on audio, and it's really good. So I can definitely say that I will have a 5-star read for December. November just didn't work out the way that I'd hoped, but it's okay. I definitely will not be doing another month-long romance read thing, but I will continue to try to read different romance novels in the future. So let me know what you thought of any of the books that I've mentioned, if you've read them. If you have read the second book in the Girls of Paper and Fire trilogy, let me know what you thought about that one, because that ending just really fucking sucked in my opinion. But I'm hoping the second one is better. I'm sure it'll end on a cliffhanger knowing the third one's coming, but let me know what you thought. Otherwise, that's all I have for you today, and I'll see you in the next video.